Hi guys, how are you all doing? I hope you're doing great. Thank you so much for clicking. If it is your first time, my name is Sophie. I am a Kenyan and I am staying here in Germany. And I share my life experience as an au pair. I encourage people, we have fun, we educate each other, we encourage each other. We be there for each other, guys. This life, man, you can't do without me and I can't do without you. These people make the living and the living make people and we are people. Just my own sayings for you guys to start a video. So guys, I hope you're doing great. And I hope you're fine wherever you are. I'm also grateful to God for everything. The messages I'm getting, please, if you need your host to send your contract, this one is for hard copy people. Just tell them to send through DHL. It's safe to just let your host send a contract through DHL. Even though I hear you can still use scanned documents, I'm talking about au pairs, those who are applying for au pair, and those who have already gotten their host families, then they want their documents to be sent. So please just make sure that they send, if it's hard copy, they send through DHL, yeah? Which is the safe one. So guys, I want to share with you what happened with my contract, with my everything about this application. That's why I'm telling you, my journey was never soft, even though at some point I had a soft journey. People have been there for me, praying for me. I have some people who are there and awesome to me, and my journey that I share with you just to encourage you guys. So I also have good side. Some people are going through the same out there. Maybe you're going through this situation, because there is this person who was texting me and he was telling me, I'm going exactly what you've been saying, and I just pray to God that God will help me to come out of it. Let me tell you, my dear, God is going to help you to come out of that situation one day, and you will stand to give a testimony. Don't give up. Oh God, don't give up. Don't try to give up, and don't allow people to look down upon you. If anyone is going to say that you cannot make it, just know that you can make it, and don't allow anyone to discourage you. Don't allow anyone to tell you, oh, you don't have money, you don't have this. I told you the story how I was somehow there. I don't know the situation you are in right now, but also remember there's someone who is looking upon you, whether sister, brother, whether son, daughter, whether your friends. And there's someone who is really looking upon you, and an important person to some people out there. Yeah. So guys, about my contract application, it was rough one, starting from looking for a family. First of all, I was blocked from aupairworld.com because I used to change the place I am to look for more families. And before I got my family, luckily my family looked for me. So I used to send application with my phone number, and then it happened that they just texted me on WhatsApp and they asked me if I have gotten someone. I was busy looking for a family. So when we started our process, my family sent me an email of a contract. When I checked my contract, it had so many mistakes. I happened to tell my family, they rectified it very fast, and then it happened that again I had to give out a postal code from a cyber guy. This guy, I used to go there to print my stuff, to photocopy my stuff, so I borrowed him a postal code. And then it happened that he gave me this postal code which was fake. So little did I know that this guy had other intentions about me moving out of the slum, because he was staying in the slum. We were staying in the slum. My family sent my contract through his postal code, and he had to hide my contract. I cried. My appointment was up around the corner, and then the guy is hiding my contract. I was crying and asking God, why this? Hey, even before I got the appointment, I had to book an appointment with the wrong email. Why? Because I just don't know what was happening. God, oh my God, I booked an appointment with the wrong email. So the email that they send you from the embassy that you booked an appointment, it had to transfer to the email I had sent, which was wrong. I missed one letter. I texted the embassy like 2 times, like, please revive me an email. I had missed one letter. My good luck revived my email, so I had an email. And then let's come back here. So the guy, when my contract arrived and the guy had to hide my contract, I was crying, and someone was telling me to call the police for him. I was like, okay, no problem. And then I just told my family here in Germany, you know what, my contract, I don't know what, it has a lot of complication and I don't know what to do. Then my family suggested if they can send through DHL. In fact, I was like, wow, DHL is so safe and it's so nice. It's expensive somehow, shipping fee and everything. But my family had to resend another contract 2 times now. They are sending back 2 times the contract through DHL. Within 2 days, I got my contract. So when appointment arrived, I went to the appointment and immediately I entered. The interviewer was checking my contract and she told me, your contract has a problem. I was like, wow, again. And remember, at the embassy, if there's any slight mistake, the high chances of not giving a visa, like they are high, like they are just high. You will not be given a visa if there's any mistake that is kind of fishy or something. So my contract had another problem and we had just corrected and everything, and because it was stuck, the first one was stuck on the way and the guy never gave me until today. I don't know where the first contract went, and that guy just knew that he has finished me completely. I am not going anywhere, like I will stay in the slum with. He was just kind of these people who don't wish other people good, yeah. So I noticed, yeah. So I just knew that maybe he would just speak it for me and I will pay him, because I had told him I will pay him, but he just had to hide my contract. Yo, that is so bad. I had a very rough application. It was very rough. Like I was just almost giving up. Oh God, it was too much for me. Like I was just crying every night. Why this? Why that? Why this? The contract has a problem. The contract is stopping on the way, and things are just coming like this, going like that. I was just, wow, why? So what happened? I don't want to feel emotional. This is scheiße. Yeah? When they sent me through DHL, I had to go now to an appointment. When this interviewer saw me and she said the contract has a problem, I begged her and told her, please, I'm begging you, allow me to text my host. And then she said, no, you've already signed your contract. That's your problem. It is for your own good. So what will I do? How? Why? And then when she was looking for my certificate, and she was like, hey, these certificates are too many. I don't know, blah, blah. Because I had carried every single thing that I did in my life. Everything. I carried it to the embassy. He had to pick important ones and then he left the other ones. And my motivation was, I wrote 4 pages. You can imagine, guys. I had worked so hard for this, and because I had worked so hard, I really needed this visa. And then we just arrived there and then they are telling you your contract has a problem. I was just crying. I texted my host, but luckily my host immediately texted the embassy, blah blah, I had made a mistake and please, I'm rectifying it. Then they told me if I have to do all this, I have to start afresh. Like my host rectifies everything, he signs, and then he sends me the contract again. I sign, and then I scan, and then we send it to the embassy. Then my host did not sign. She forgot again to sign the contract. I only signed, and we had sent it already to the embassy. Again, that's the 3rd time now this issue is coming out. So my host again sent another email again, now 4th time. Then it happened that I had to tell my host, just send me everything. I will sign, scan, sign myself, and do the printing. Then go to the embassy, go back to the embassy again physically the 2nd time. My host had texted the embassy 5 times. It was just kind of like one time I went to the embassy, I just did not have an appointment, because you have to go there when you have an appointment, guys. If you have had a mistake, again, you look for another appointment. It's so crazy, yeah. Getting an appointment is another story. I just went there without an appointment. I told them, I showed them I was here this date and date, and they asked, the soldiers are at the gate, you can't enter without an appointment of that day. But luckily, I don't know what happened that day when I was crying outside because of the disappointment from the contract and the interviewer telling me, oh, your contract has a problem. I was crying somehow, and then there's this watchman who came and he was kind of encouraging me, don't worry, we just pray that you get your visa. If there's any problem, please just call me or make sure that you tell me. That a stranger that I just met that day, and he was kind of encouraging me. So what happened, I said it's fine. So when I came back for the second time to give out my appointment, to give out my other documents, now the fresh documents, it's kind of like it was just fresh again documents for another appointment. So by luckily, they gave us at the embassy, they gave us a certain number that when you have any problem, when you bring this paper or that paper, there is this number that they just give you. You go and put out box, or the box that is outside, then they take it. So I just happened to bring it for the second time again after my host texting them a lot of times, because of their silly mistakes. They are just silly mistakes because they were, I don't know, the devil is just kind of squeezing everything, go like this, go like this. Let me tell you guys, it doesn't matter what the devil plans to do with your life. If God has said it, it doesn't matter, because my goodness, I never had a soft one. It was rough, it was tough. Things were just going like this. This one is this one is that. The contract has a problem, the appointment is lost. The first contract until today as we are speaking, it got lost. And that guy up to date, I don't know what he did with my contract. Say, oh, why did the host not send the scanned one? Or, that pressure of, we need the hard copy. And in fact, they just look like the same. I didn't see any difference. But, if it is your visa, it doesn't matter, my dear. It doesn't matter. It happened that we had to go with another friend of mine at the embassy, and after all those stuffs, we were waiting for our visa now, and I was just kind of praying each and every day, and then I'm done, because I have really, 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 really worked for this. And my friend called me and she told me, Sophie, you know what, we've gotten visa. And I'm like, what? Where? I don't know. And then she was like, I just guessed, and I just feel in my heart that we're going to get a visa. And I was like, wow, maybe. So imagine, after 2 days, she called me again and she told me she got a denial. I started crying because she got a denial. We went on the same day, and my friend, we just met. She came to have a sleepover at my place, and we just met through online. And of course, we were going at the embassy. She was staying very far from Nairobi, and we were going to the embassy the same day. So we met through online, we connected, and we went together. So she texted me and she told me, pray so hard, because she has already gotten a denial. And I was like, okay, next it's me. But I just continued believing God. And then, wow, that day I remember I was washing houses. I was washing 18 houses per day in a certain hotel. There were lodgings there, and we were washing them. And I had gone to work as normal, and I'm washing. My back is aching, like I'm having back aches. I'm struggling. I'm like, wow, when will this life end? I was just kind of like so tired with kind of life I'm going through. It was so tough, because as much as I was also applying for these stuffs and doing this, I also wanted, I had to eat, I had to provide, I had to pay my rent, so I had to work. I had to look for something to work, So it happened that I had to just try to look for something to work, this hustling lifestyle. So I happened to get a place where I was working, and I was just called by G4S, come and pick your passport. And I was like, okay, let me go. In fact, I had to ask the permission from the manager from that lodgings that I have to go, because I'm not feeling well. Because if you say that you have to go leave work, then they will cancel you. They will say, don't ever come back to work here again. And it was not like a very important work, because you don't have, you have to. So to go, immediately I arrived there, I checked my passport has a visa. I cried. I didn't believe. I was like, God, me. I cried. There is this mother who came and said, is everything okay? Have you lost your relative or someone? I was just crying, like literally crying with joy. You're just crying, but my goodness, I was like, wow, God, you've remembered my struggles. You've remembered what I've gone through. You've remembered what I've struggled for. Guys, it was never soft. Like, if you went through a soft one, thank God. Some of us, we have really, oh my God. sometimes I remember these stories and I'm like, wow. I'm like no one, not even a single person will let me down. It doesn't matter where I'll end, but I'm not going to let anyone discourage me, or anyone look down upon me, or anyone talk ill about me, or anyone say bad things about me. I'm not going to care anymore, because I know exactly what I myself went through as a person and how I was struggling to come out of it as a person. You know, people see you smiling, laughing, you know, they don't know exactly what you go through. You know, they don't know exactly what is going behind the scenes. You know, when I gave out the testimony that I got a visa to some of my friends, they were like, hey. They really didn't understand what I had gone through. Thank you guys for watching today. I really appreciate. Please subscribe, comment, share, and if you have any question you want to ask about Aupair, how to book appointments, you know, just ask, but at least make sure you have research about everything you want to know, because I cannot really give out every information. So if you need about requirements, I saw some friends asking me about the requirements at the German embassy. Please just go on the website and then Google in. They will bring any country that you want to go, they bring their requirements and you'll be able, because I can't tell you now because they keep on changing, they update their requirements, and just make sure that you look for the right requirements. And guys, thank you so much for watching today. I'm just feeling emotional right now because, and bye guys.